this current, I suppose, cost of living crisis, all decisions should be made with the needs of vulnerable people at heart. And it's just over a month ago today when a brave family from Sligo waived their right to anonymity when this family won the court case against their father, who sexually abused 5 of his children when they were between the ages of 3 and 17. The Central Criminal Court heard harrowing evidence of abuse and neglect during times when the children had been left hungry and locked in a room to drink their own urine. These siblings included Jessica, Christopher, Amanda and Helen Farrell, who had to suffer the abuse in silence and with shame and were let down repeatedly by the agencies of the state. But just over a month ago, they finally received some level of justice for the abuse that they endured as children at the hands of their father. I want to commend the bravery and courage of these siblings and their families who were judged and looked down on for years. None of this was their fault, and as children and adults, they were forced to live a life filled with shame and confusion. But I want to raise this today as we see so many people at the moment are struggling to exist, let alone live. It is essential that we as a state continue to properly invest in frontline public services such as Gardaí, teachers, SNAs, youth workers, social care workers and social workers. Properly resourced social services like these meant that when these siblings were ready to come forward as adults, that the services were there for them, were available and they were ready to listen to because they'd been properly trained and resourced. As we all know, unfortunately, times weren't always like this, and this family were forced to live through an era where a blind eye was turned. Times have certainly changed for the better, but these improvements need to continue and can never be seen as an afterthought. Youth and community services need multi-annual funding and to not be always fighting for crumbs for the table. It is environments like youth centres, community centres, family resource centres and work with SNAs that children and families are supported to come forward and make disclosures of abuse. And I just want to say, a month on, thank you again to the brave Farrell family for their bravery and courage. And I know from speaking for residents in my own constituency that their bravery in speaking out has encouraged and will continue to encourage and inspire other children and adults who are victims of their abuse to come forward. Ar scar Kerala of Ireland.